I have a special guest today, BHargrave, and he's the Vice President for Development of Methodist Theological Seminary in Moscow, Russia. That seminary was started in last century, so to say, in 1994, I guess. And in our prayer devotional in 2008, there was an article on the seminary in Moscow, and many of you were praying for this seminary. And I'm wondering if we can offer some support. They're in dear need of support right now. And maybe Bruce can tell us more because he travels back and forth and he knows more about the seminary.
I'm delighted to speak on behalf of the Russia United Methodist Theological Seminary in Moscow. The seminary began after the collapse of the Soviet Union and the beginning of the proliferation of Protestant churches in Russia. And in 1994, Bishop Rudiger Mener began to have a vision of seminary education to provide for the pastors and the training that those pastors would need as the church grew across all of Russia. In 1995, the seminary actually began. In 1999, the Russian Federation granted its recognition and certificates of officiality of the seminary. Then, with the help of the General Board of Global Ministries and the General Board of Higher Education and Ministry, the building was purchased. It had been a kindergarten building, and as Olga described, it does house the dormitory on the third floor for the students, many of which are married students and with little children. The second floor has a cafeteria and classrooms, and the bottom floor houses the office of the Episcopal Leader of Eurasia, as well as the seminary offices and other lecture halls, of which one of them houses the Central United Methodist Church of Russia, which is a very, very large Korean congregation there in the seminary building. We do have 58 students presently. We have over 80 graduates that are under appointment in our 112 churches across the Russian Federation. We also have an extension campus in Kazakhstan, in Almaty, Kazakhstan. And we are trying many things, but the problem with our seminary is that we have not ever had what we call a foundational support base. Churches, individuals, Sunday school classes, UMW groups, or otherwise, or combinations thereof, that would provide sustaining gifts year after year after year after year to provide for the endowment, the operations, the scholarships, and the extension campuses of the seminary. And so what we're trying to do as I go across the United States telling the story of the seminary is to simply find churches or classes or UMWs or whatever that will provide $100 a month or $1,200 a year to the ongoing support of the seminary. I call it the bread and butter support of the seminary. Now, of course, I will be looking for those that are just anxious to give me $1 million or $20 million to the school, or planned giving through life insurances or charitable eats trust or charitable remainder trust or other trust instruments, all of which my office in Dallas is prepared to handle in all of those kinds of legal instruments and provide for the mechanisms to make the individual giver's dreams come true with regard to the seminary. But what we really need earnestly today is we need $100 a month, $1,200 a year from 1,000 or more givers across America. If we get that, we will be able to provide for a long time our foundational support of the Russian United Methodist Theological Seminary.
One of the pastor that we support in Satka, he graduated from Moscow Seminary. So I know that it's a good school, and now he's an elder. He's appointed elder at Satka United Methodist Church.
Yes, Alexander is a very well trained and very capable pastor and leader there in Satka, and I know him and his family, and he is very well trained and very equipped to lead the church there. Also, I might add that as we develop the seminary, we're in the process now of getting the official recognition to be able to offer degrees, which will be a huge step up the ladder in the development and the advancement of the seminary. And we hope to be able to do that. And as we continue to improve and bring qualified professors from the United States to Russia that are indigenous Russian students who are going to school here in the United States, we will be able to improve the quality of those graduates to such an extent that when they do get back to their churches, they will be able to transform them and transform their communities, and I believe ultimately transform the country. I mean, it is my vision, and I may not live to see this, but it is my vision that we might one day see one of the little children that's been playing in Sunday school in one of our churches become the president of the Russian Federation.
Praise God. That's a wonderful vision.